In this problem, we have to decide what unit of measurement in the metric system is the right one to measure the length of a particular thing. And then we have to convert that into meters and write it in scientific notation. So there are a few steps to this problem. Let's just go through these four most common measurements of length in the metric system. The meter is sort of your basic unit of length. A meter is about as long as a yard. Most people are around 2 meters tall or a little bit shorter than that. So that gives you a sense of what a meter is. Going up, a kilometer is much bigger because kilo means 1,000. That's what that prefix means, 1,000 meters. So a kilometer is 1,000 meters. And if you're going to do that in scientific notation, it's 10 to the third. 1,000 is 10 to the third. So this chart is actually going to come in very handy for us. A centimeter is smaller than a meter. You take a meter and divide it into 100 little pieces. That's a centimeter. So they're the chunk that's, I don't know, about as wide as your finger, or maybe a little wider on a ruler. Depends on how big your fingers are. Maybe your fingers are wider than a centimeter. And then finally, the millimeter is 1/10 of a centimeter. So it's that smallest unit typically you see on a ruler like that. If you try to write smaller units than that, they're just hard to see. So a centimeter is 1/100th of a meter. So that's 10 to the negative 2 power. And a millimeter is 1,000th of a meter. So that's 10 to the negative 3 power. And we're going to use these when we convert to scientific notation. But the first part of this problem is, which unit do we use? And here it says the length of a flea is about 2.3 what? Well, I guess you need to know what a flea is. A flea is a tiny little insect that's so small, it's even a little bit hard to see. So this is going to be millimeters, our smallest units. So this is millimeters. That's the abbreviation for millimeters. Now we want to convert that into meters and write it in scientific notation. You could convert it by dividing by 1,000 and then figuring out the scientific notation for that. Or you could just use this shortcut. Take this 2.3 and then multiply it by this power of 10 times 10 to the negative third. That is how many meters 2.3 millimeters is. So 2.3 times 10 to the negative third meters. So that is how to choose the right metric unit and then convert to meters and use scientific notation.